It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Reaction video 203. Day in the neighborhood. My brothers and sisters, we are going back to a channel, y'all, that we only been to one time before, and it was very recently. They just dropped another video yesterday, and we're gonna check it out today. And that channel is Tragedy Tales. Going back to the tragedy, y'all. And the title of the video is 5 Crazy Natural Disasters Caught on Video. Now, the last video that we had watched from them, it had a couple of natural disasters. But this is all about natural disasters. And I'm just wondering, how crazy are they? You know what I'm saying? I just want to see what the hell we finna get into. But before we see what the hell we finna get into, my people, y'all know what y'all got to do. Get whatever you might need. Get what you need. We back to Tragedy Tales once again, my ladies and gentlemen. Y'all got what y'all need. Y'all ready to go? Then let's fucking go.
Imagine that you're fast asleep in your bed when you're abruptly awoken by a raging tornado violently ripping the roof straight off of your house. Or imagine that you wake up and your home is completely surrounded by flames with nowhere to run or hide. These are precisely the situations that some found themselves in this week's video. My name's Ryan from Tragedy Tales, and without any messing about, here are 5 crazy natural disasters caught on camera.
Get whatever you might need. And real quick on that, on just the very first intro part, y'all. He said, imagine you goddamn wake up and you in the middle of a tornado. Or imagine you wake up and damn everywhere outside ain't number fire. Which one is worse? I can't even say which one I would rather be, what situation I would rather be in. Both of them so fucked up to, it's like if I had to make a choice, I'd just be like, fuck it, it don't matter. It don't matter. Anywhere it go, I'm fucked. Anywhere it go, I'm fucked, man. Let's go. Number 5.
This terrifying footage begins just north of Sacramento on Thursday, November the 8th, 2018, in Northern California's Butte County. As the year crept into its autumn season, California was hot off the heels of a brutal summer drought. With far lower than usual rainfall in the northern and central plains, it left the grass and the shrubbery dry as a bone, prime for a wildfire. That Thursday morning, the day started just like any other, as many dozed in their beds at approximately 6:30 a.m. high up a steep canyon on Camp Creek Road. A power line known as the Carribo-Palermo transmission line suddenly malfunctioned. The nearly 80-year-old power line had become worn and not adequately maintained. A vital C-hook holding up a 150,000 volt line snapped. The electrified line came crashing down, impacting with the metal pylon, causing sparks to fly in every direction. These sparks would instantly set fire to the parched grass and trees below, and this would start the most deadly and most destructive wildfire in California's history. 15 minutes later, at 6:44 a.m., workers from the Pacific Gas and Electric Company, California's largest utility company, arrived at the scene after calls about the fire. But by then, the blaze had already spread to 10 acres. Workers at the scene radioed in, saying that they'd observed rapid fire growth and extreme fire behavior, and that this had the potential to turn into a major incident. Wind speeds approached 50 miles an hour. With every gust of wind, the flames would leap from one dry surface to another. . Less than 30 minutes after it started, at 7 a.m., the fire reached the sparsely populated towns of Concow and Magalia, where a total of 13,000 people resided. As the trees burned in the hills, plumes of dark smoke rose into the sky while a cascade of embers showered on those below.
I mean, just look at that cloud, y'all. For a cloud of smoke to be that big, that mean that fire got to be so, like, you know what I'm saying? That bit got to be big as hell, man. That cloud of smoke down there, like a cloud in the sky, bigger than a cloud in the fucking sky, man. It just shows you the scope of how big those fucking wildfires are. Taking up acres.
Around 8 a.m., just 8 miles from the power line, the fire reached the next town. This time, it was Paradise, located in the Sierra Nevada foothills above the northeastern Sacramento Valley. As searing embers drifted in the wind, they settled on roofs in Paradise, quickly setting houses alight. Before there was any time to react, the flames got out of hand, and Paradise and its surrounding towns were given orders to evacuate. While the order to leave as soon as possible was given, due to the ferocious speed of the fire, sadly, most of the residents of Concow and many residents of Paradise were unable to evacuate before it arrived. Those who could evacuate rushed out of their homes in the morning in pajamas, eagerly packing possessions and vital supplies in their cars and trucks, driving in any direction away from the flames and to safety. In a matter of hours, an urban firestorm started in Paradise, turning the town into hell on earth. First responders said that they'd never seen a fire like that before. They'd never seen so much destruction and flames. There were 20 to 30 foot walls of fire in every direction. Thousands prayed as they drove through the flames. As it reached up to the roads and tickled over the asphalt, the smoke and ash turned the day to night. Helicopters and air tankers flew overhead, showering water and fire retardant on the fire to try to control what could not be controlled. But the wind was so strong, as it blew, it continued to carry the flames far and wide. As they continued to scorch, the arrival of the first winter rainstorm finally brought its reign of destruction to an end. On November the 25th, the fire reached 100% containment, burning for a total of 17 days. Destroying approximately 154,000 acres of land.
Yeah.
The campfire, dubbed from the road it originated, killed 84 innocent people and destroyed more than 18,000 homes and buildings, with most of the destruction occurring within the first 4 hours. The total damage is estimated to be at $16.5 billion. Paradise and its small neighboring towns were turned to dust and ash. The fire almost completely wiped them out, each losing 95% of their buildings. As of the 2020 census, Paradise's town population was just 4,764, down from 27,000. In total, 5,600 firefighters, 622 engines, 75 water tenders, and numerous hand crews and helicopters worked to fight the blaze. 7 months before the fire, PG&E employees found C-plates similar to those pictured on screen to be worn more than halfway by fretting corrosion. Some were estimated to be 72 years old. However, these were not repaired and instead left to cause this terrible ordeal. PG&E admitted fault and that same month filed for bankruptcy, expecting wildfire liabilities of above $30 billion.
I know y'all did file for bankruptcy. $30-something billion. Bro, that would never in their lifetime all put together. The whole company, everybody in that bit put together would never be able to pay that shit back. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God. Okay, they did. If y'all caught that last little part, they did end up, putting some money towards it, like 5.4 billion. But boy, you got a lot more billions. We talking billions, man. And it's just so crazy, y'all, that damn big ass fire that destroyed 154,000 acres started from a power line malfunctioning. It's just crazy to think how it was so small and grew so astronomical. I had to use a big word for that one. In such a little time, man, and couldn't be contained. That shit wild, man. And rest in peace to everybody who lost their lives in that wildfire. Number 4.
Pakistan was hit with record-breaking back-to-back heat waves in May and June of 2021. Some provinces even reached temperatures of 49 degrees Celsius, making it one of the hottest temperatures ever recorded in April. Due to the record-breaking heat, glaciers began to melt in the Himalayas, causing flooding in the Gilgit-Baltistan provinces in Pakistan.
Oh, shit. What the fuck?
Thankfully, the heat waves slowly petered out, and it began to get much cooler. Monsoon season kicked in mid-June, and at first, the rain was much needed, feeding thirsty plant life and livestock. However, 1 week later, it was still raining. The downpour did not stop for 3 months, making 2021 the most severe monsoon season in 13 years. Millions of people now sat inside their homes, slowly flooding the fields and roads, praying for the rain to stop. Soon, the rivers began to swell with rainwater, and things just went from bad to worse. The rivers and lakes all began to burst their banks, and severe flooding swept across Pakistan. As the ground was completely solid from the recent heat waves, no water could be absorbed into the ground, consolidating the floods further. By August the 1st, at least 437 people had lost their lives. The rain continued to pour all August. 1/3 of Pakistan was now underwater, forcing the evacuation of hundreds of thousands of people, destroying 900,000 houses and leaving 2.1 million homeless. Some provinces saw 800% more than usual rainfall. In total, 1,739 people lost their lives, including 647 children, leaving an additional 12,800 injured. Pakistan's Minister for Climate Change called the floods unprecedented, saying that they were the worst humanitarian disaster of this decade.
Man, did y'all hear that? I think I heard that correctly, y'all. I would go back, but we're going to keep on with the video. But didn't he say that shit left millions of people homeless? Millions. Imagine that happening in the United States where millions of people just become homeless because of a natural disaster. That would be so damn crazy, man. It's crazy over there. That's the thing I took away from that more than anything. And just looking at all that damn water moving. That's a lot of fucking water, man, to be up in a... Whoo! I don't know what was worse, y'all. The first one or the second one? The water or the goddamn wildfire? Like I said at the beginning of the video, I don't want to deal with none of that shit. Let's go to number 3.
In terms of tornadoes, the year of 2011 for the United States started quiet, with only 9 tornadoes across the whole country in January. Nothing compared to the 3-day tornado outbreak that they just experienced on New Year's Eve. Tornadoes slowly increased monthly, up to that very fateful day of April the 27th, 2011. In April alone, history was made when the United States were hit by 773 tornadoes in 1 month, killing a total of 363 people. In the early hours of the 27th, a significant severe weather warning was issued for Alabama, Mississippi, and Tennessee. These states would go on to experience some of the most volatile weather in modern history. Cold air sitting above Canada and the Midwestern states met warm air pushing from the Gulf of Mexico to create what we now know as a super outbreak. At approximately 4 a.m. April the 27th, lightning lit up the sky and tornadoes began to rip through entire towns. Hundreds woke up to wailing tornado sirens, which did not stop all day. More and more tornadoes formed, and some traveled for 120 miles, leaving death and destruction in their wake, destroying houses, phone lines, roads, hospitals, and vital infrastructure.
Wow, that is a massive tornado.
What you
Hell, I
say?
think it's coming this way. Holy cow. Holy cow, that thing is big.
In this photo, you can see the asphalt has literally ripped straight off of the road.
God dang.
12 hours of tornadoes later, at approximately 4 p.m., a sizable EF4 tornado struck Tuscaloosa, Alabama, killing 44 people.
I remember this. Now I didn't know they was talking about the one that hit Tuscaloosa. I remember this. I'm at a loss for words because I didn't know the damn tornado looked like that. Now that shit that is ridiculous, bro. That's a damn tornado on steroids, man. Them tornadoes we was just looking at, y'all. That shit is on steroids. Wow.
Shortly after hitting Tuscaloosa, the same tornado hit the northern suburbs of Birmingham, Alabama, killing 20 more people. According to television reporters on the scene, when they tried to film the tornado, even being miles away, the funnel was so vast that they could not zoom their cameras out far enough to get the entire funnel into the frame at once.
Crazy.
On the 27th, 4 Titan EF5 tornadoes formed, with Mississippi being hit by 2 out of the 4. Typically, EF5 tornadoes are recorded no more than once per year. Some of these traveled 132 miles, topping speeds of 235 miles per hour. The tornadoes continued to form up until the evening of the 28th, and only then did the full scale of the destruction become apparent. The death toll now stood at more than 340 people across 6 states. From the 25th to the 28th, 360 tornadoes hit 15 states, with 216 just on the 27th alone, causing record-breaking damage. The 2011 super outbreak was the costliest and most deadly tornado outbreak in United States history, with the total damage reaching $10.2 billion.
Man, y'all, I was just looking at these 3 stories. What's really in my mind right now is just the innocent lives lost from natural disasters. You know what I'm saying? They ain't even getting murdered or dying from health problems or they dying from Mother Nature. They dying from just all the elements that we go through every day pretty much on Earth. Water, fire. I guess you could call it tornado wind or something like that. But y'all get what I'm saying, man. That's the sad part, for real. That's the part that's just like, damn, bro. That's the part that makes me just think sometime, man, when it's your time to go, it's your time to go. Let's go. What we on? Number 2, y'all? Let's go.
On the 28th of September 2018, the people of Indonesia were going about their day completely unaware of what was brewing just below the surface. Around 3 p.m, completely out of the blue, an earthquake struck central Sulawesi. Its epicenter located 55 kilometers north of Palu, located on Indonesia's northeastern coast, home to 373,000 people. Now, Indonesia is no stranger to earthquakes, as they're situated along the Ring of Fire, where 80% of the world's earthquakes happen. They're hit by earthquakes all the time. This quake, however, was strong. Measuring 6.1 on the Richter scale, this quake shook and turned houses to rubble. At approximately 6:03 p.m, as people were making their way back home from their jobs, possibly stuck in rush hour traffic, another earthquake struck. This time, it was an absolute monster, measuring 7.5 on the Richter scale, with its epicenter also located north of Palu. This second earthquake would be the most devastating earthquake to hit the country since 2004. Because its epicenter was so close to densely populated areas, it was massively destructive. Over 2,000 people died, and over 70,000 more were displaced, and thousands went missing. Hundreds of people were instantly killed as buildings collapsed around them while they conducted their evening prayers. Blackouts occurred in the area, and phone lines went down, crippling first responders' communication. Sadly, things soon took a turn for the worse. Just 5 minutes after the second quake, Indonesia's meteorological agency issued a tsunami warning. Warnings were sent via SMS, and residents of Palu were told to expect tsunamis with heights of 0.5 meters. Despite officials sending a warning on every avenue, due to a lack of electricity and phone signal, tsunami sound alarms were not activated. So when the tsunami hit, most had no idea there even was a risk at all. What made it worse is that when it did arrive, it was far larger than expected.
Jesus fucking Christ.
The worst hit was the city of Palu. That morning, hundreds had gathered for a festival on the beach. As Palu is situated at the end of a narrow bay, the tsunami's power increased dramatically when the waves entered. Instead of small half-a-meter waves, officials confirmed that the waves that struck Palu had reached heights of 5 meters, some as high as 6 meters. Eyewitnesses recorded that hundreds were still strolling along the beach when the tsunami hit.
Damn.
They didn't stand a chance. As the 6-foot high waves swept through Palu, hospitals, homes and families were destroyed. Because of the tsunami and the earthquake, it triggered a rare phenomenon known as ground liquefaction. This is something that can occur when an earthquake is strong enough to destroy the soil's integrity. What it does is it literally blends the ground with the groundwater. The hard soil instantly turns into a muddy river that can swallow houses, taking things deep underground. Many residents of the Balara district of Palu said, and I quote, that the ground cracked open, the mud swirled in circles, swallowing people and houses.
Did y'all just see that damn house moving, bruh? Like moving like a house. Moving. Because of the liquidation shit, I ain't never heard of that till then. What he said, what it basically is like the earthquake in the water, like synchronizing or mixing together until the damn shit moving together. It's like both of them happening at the same time type shit. I think is what he was saying. But I remember this too, y'all. I remember when this tsunami hit over there. I was young as fuck, and before then, I was probably like I say, maybe 9, 10, 11, I don't know, somewhere up in there. But I remember this because before then, I never heard of a fucking tsunami. And when I seen that shit, I was scared as fuck because I was wondering, like, is that shit, can that shit possibly happen? Will I live in the United States? Will it happen over here? And thank God that so far we so good as far as tsunamis in the United States, but never say never. And this is just another crazy ass fucking case of a natural disaster. Let's go.
As the weeks went on, by October, there were still recovering victims buried in mud, with 80% dying from insane mudslides or crushed by buildings, collapsing to ruins with them inside. On Thursday, October the 11th, due to the difficulty in recovering bodies, the government officially called off the search for the thousands still missing. The quakes, tsunamis, and the ground turning to literal water killed more than 4,340 people and displaced more than 170,000 out of their homes. Hospitals and homes were rebuilt, but up to this very day, they are yet to fully recover.
I know there is. 4,000 some people, y'all. God damn. And the most fucked up part about him, what he said in that one right there, was the people who just walking on the beach. Imagine you just walking on the beach with your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your family, your little kids. You know, y'all just taking a stroll on the beach. Then you just look to your left and you see a wave. This shit ain't even no wave. This is fucking tsunami. I'm talking about just, man, dude, and you know you can't outrun this motherfucker, bro. All y'all dead. This shit destroyed, ended so many family lives. Oh my God. Number one.
Sadly, this footage originates again from Indonesia, this time on the greater Sunda island of Java. Java is home to half of Indonesia's population and is famous for its 2006 earthquake that claimed the lives of 5,000 people. However, just 17 miles north of the major city of Yogyakarta, in central Java, lies Mount Merapi, standing at 9,551 feet tall. Known as Gunung Merapi, meaning the fire mountain in Indonesian, Merapi is Indonesia's most active volcano and is well known for erupting, with smoke often seen billowing from the top. Despite the fact it's well known for erupting, people still live within the danger zone. The city of Yogyakarta is just 17 miles from the volcano, along with various other villages sprinkled across the slopes. In March of 2010, the first signs of eruption showed themselves. Tilt meters showed that the volcanic dome under the ground had become bulged. On September the 20th, 2010, the alert level for Merapi was raised from normal to advisory. Just 1 month later, scientists were alerted to 500 volcanic earthquakes under the mountain, raising its warning level to the highest level. On Tuesday, October the 26th, just as the scientists had warned, Merapi burst from the ground, erupting 3 times in the space of just 1 hour, with a volcanic explosivity index of 4. Pyroclastic flows travelled 3 kilometers down the heavily populated slopes. The ash and the risk of lahars forced everyone who lived in a 20-kilometer zone around the volcano to evacuate. As they did, deadly pyroclastic flows tumbled from the mountainside, and columns of smoke and sulfur dioxide rose 1.5 kilometers into the air, heavily disrupting aviation. Volcanic bombs and heat clouds with temperatures up to 800 degrees Celsius spread over a distance of 10 kilometers from the mouth of the volcano. A village located just 15 kilometers from the volcano was completely buried in 30 centimeters of choking ash. Roads were completely blocked with cars and motorcycles as residents tried to flee the hazard zone. It was an absolute nightmare. As thousands huddled down in makeshift evacuation centers, they became dangerously overcrowded. And to make things even worse, heavy rain on November the 4th then caused lahars, sending destructive volcanic landslides into towns and infrastructure. Merapi continued erupting for weeks, spewing ash and volcanic debris everywhere, until Friday, December the 3rd, the eruptive activity subsided and the official alert level was reduced from 4 to 3. Over 350,000 people were made homeless by Merapi, and sadly, 353 people died, many as a result of the pyroclastic flows. They were trapped in their houses as the intensely hot cascade of death raced towards them, knowing that there was nothing they could do. From that day onward, many people living on the mountain were moved to safer permanent homes far away from the risk zones. Dams were built on the mountain to stop lahars before they reached civilization. They also improved their evacuation strategy. But that is the end of the video. Let me know what you...
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. The whole time on that video, man, I'm just down, man. I'm just like, damn, this shit fucked up. All that shit just had me like, wow. And Tragic Tale did a great job too, y'all, because he gave us 5 different natural disasters. He gave us tornadoes. He gave us wildfires. He just gave us a volcano. He gave us a tsunami. And he gave us one more goddamn thing that I can't think of right now, man. But he gave us 5 different ones, man. So I really like that about the video. But as far as just how I feel about this shit, it's just like I said, I don't know which way I want to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like all that shit fucked up. Like, the other one was flood. It was flood on the other one. I just thought about it. But I'm just saying, man, I don't know if I want to flood to death, or drown to death, or from the tsunamis or a flood, or I want to get swept up in a tornado and die, or I want to get burnt in a wildfire or a volcano. Like, shit, if I had to choose one, I just tell you, hey, roll the dice. Anyway, it go out, it's fucked up to me. For real, man. This is crazy, y'all. This just begged the question, man. Like, it kind of make you like just question life. Like, bro, I'm pretty sure it was a lot. Most of them people was just innocent people who never really did nothing wrong in their life, and that's how their life ended. It just make you just wonder about shit, man. And I'm gonna get into all that. I'm gonna get into it now. Just wait till I start putting out them videos every Sunday, man. We gonna get into this. I don't even want to do it right now. I don't even want to dive deep up into it. I just want to focus on Treasure Tale video because this video was pretty damn good, bro. I'm fucking with the channel, y'all. I'm fucking with him. I think every time he put out a video, we're gonna check it out. I think that's what we're gonna do. I digress, my people. I'm gonna let y'all get up out of here, man. This one here it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy, y'all. I'm just thinking about the victims in this shit, man. Losing their life over a natural disaster. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, bro. It's almost like Earth killed them. That's pretty much what it is. They died from Earth, the place that we all call home. I digress again, man. Like I said, go let y'all get up out of here, man. Go on, hit that like button before you leave now. Make sure you hit the like button, comment, subscribe, all that good shit right there. And I will be back tomorrow. But until then, my brothers and sisters, I got a couple of more things to say. Love, peace, and happiness. Stay safe. Don't stop. Keep going. Yeah.